Yo, what's going down, Commanders? Hope everyone's doing fine today. I'm going to give as many shout outs as I possibly can. If I miss your name out, it isn't on purpose, guys. I've just missed it, or the chat's jumped on me. The Real Mikey, welcome, bro. Number one on the chat again. Appreciate you, bro. Furious Gamer as well, welcome. I think that's a new name. I haven't seen it before. Armageddon, as always, appreciate you coming along. Smash, she's also part of my panel tonight. Cobra C. Ober's also part of my panel tonight as well, and also a goat, I believe. Rainy Bow's a goat and a part of my panel as well tonight, I think. Someone left, but I'm not too sure who. Stephanie, or Forbidden Fruit, or Fruit as I like to call her, also a goat. I'm not sure if she's part of my panel tonight. I didn't look before I went live. Where are we? Paul or Testicles, welcome, bro. I Show Edit, welcome. Thanks for coming along, mate. Cassius, name I don't see very often. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Nutcracker as well, welcome, bro. A lot of the same people there. And it's jumping on me. Lewis, the man with the likes, appreciate what you do on the side chat there, mate. Thank you. Hawks as well, as always. Appreciate you, mate. Kevin, or Bonehammer, is also a goat and part of my panel, I believe, tonight. Ernest, welcome, bro. WC Thunder, the man with a plan. Harold, another goat. Appreciate you, mate. Ampetide, or Amped Up, as he likes to be called. Animal, part of my panel as well tonight, I believe. Jesus, it's jumping on me, guys, so I'm going to miss some people. I don't want to miss anyone. Max AA as well, welcome, bro. Dishan, or Dashan. Hopefully I've pronounced that right somewhere or another. Paul as well, welcome, bro. Marky, welcome. Another go, appreciate you, mate. Alan, welcome. And Electric Bear. Hopefully I haven't missed too many of you, and hopefully everyone's doing well. On the panel tonight we got Animal, Bonehammer. Yes, Forbidden Fruit is here. Or Fruity, as I will call her. Lone Wolf, or Sir Ghosty. We've got Rainy Bow, we've got Smash, we've got Will, or Like and Fault as his game name. And we've got Cobra C. Obra, a.k.a. Gashi. Guys, if you want to unmute and say hello.
Evening all.
Hello.
Yo, Ghosty, salute.
Boo.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Everyone doing well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, I do... Oh, sorry, go on.
And that name was Dusan, by the way.
Disha. You know what I'm like with pronouncing names. I'm useless.
That's why we just want you to pronounce them.
Well, I'm sure Kickstarter throw some words in this update patch notes that will throw me right out of sync. I do want to talk about the previous event. Astral Apostate, was it? No.
Prostate.
Apostate.
See, look, it hasn't
And I
even
would
been 10
like-
seconds and he can't get it right.
I couldn't remember it, mate. I couldn't remember the event. That's how good it was. I would like to know the guys on the side chat as well, if you can give it a score out of 10 and a brief description of why you give it the score you did. 10 being the best and 1 being the worst event you've ever played. And I'll get Cobra to read.
If you offer up at 10, sorry, mate.
And I will get Cobra to read them. They all know what a 10 means, bro.
Yeah,
You don't need to tell them.
Sure.
Generator, another go.
Aware.
Appreciate you, mate. So I'm going to go through the panel one at a time. I'm going to start bottom to top tonight. And it will be you, Cobra, please, bud. What's your score out of 10 and the reasons why?
Right, I'm coming in at 4. It was laborious. I'm not going to be... I'm going to get straight to the point. I coined most of the event purely because I didn't really want to waste most of the weekend and the days after that. So I did spend a bit of coin. It helped. But to be honest, it's just boring. It's more and more events, and it's going to get to a point where I actually start skipping them. So I'm going to sit at a 4, mate, being quite honestly.
Okay,
Too many events, Kicks.
I think so as well. It feels like we've only just finished an event and tomorrow we go into a new one, and it's like, do I really need to be doing this? Obviously we will, because we're all suckers, but it's one of them. Anyway, moving on to Will, please, bud. What's your score out of 10 and the reasons why, mate?
I think I'm going to go with 4 as well. It was very tedious. Once you got a certain unit to a certain level, it just become monotonous after that. Beforehand, if you didn't have that unit, it was hard going. and Kickseye are not thinking about the new players or the players that are coming back into the game. All they're thinking about is the grind, coin. They're not.
Yeah,
They're actually not thinking about their players.
Had to keep the coiners coining.
Yeah,
because that first track doesn't pay anything out after you play it through the first time. That's it. You cannot do that track no more. You get thorium.
Yeah.
So there's no XP to be earned out that first track. It's a joke, mate. Yeah, I totally agree with you. What was your score?
4.
A 4. Smash?
Well, I was one of them that struggled at first whenever it first started. And I think Kickseyes fell and bumped their fucking heads. I don't understand what they're trying to prove with all this stupid ass shit they're trying to pull. You know, all they're doing is depleting our community even more and more because there's more and more people that are either can't do it or they just don't want to do it no more. And these people need to really sit back and examine the things that they've done in the past 2 weeks because what they've done is bullshit. I think the event, I give it a 4, and I think Kickseye ought to be drugged through the ringer for this one.
Okay. Rainy Bow?
Well, I'm going to give it a -1. I found it easy. Once I got my Fox to level 15, yeah, I found it easy then. Just Ruby all the way. But the reason I've downgraded it is because that final Shadow Ops part is only available in the main event now, which means if anybody's going away on holiday, they're not going to get that last part for
You sure
that
it isn't
unique.
available in the
Doesn't look like it.
retaliation event?
No,
I haven't
it's
looked.
only available. Oh, I
It
know.
Not
is
only that,
available.
not only that, it seems to be punishing people who hadn't done the skirmish,
Well,
making it harder
Yeah.
for them.
Did you
So
say it
that
is
was why I
available?
downgraded it.
Yeah, it's available.
You can get
Oh,
it
it
next
is?
event,
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Something
Do you want to
can buy
revise your
the-
score?
Okay, maybe I'll give them a -2.
Give
Instead of a
us,
minus.
give them a -9 now.
Because I still think they made it hard for the people who hadn't done the skirmish.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving. Are you finished there, Rainy?
Yeah.
Lone Wolf.
Oh, hey, Ghosty salute. I'm gonna have to do 0. I couldn't do the skirmish one, so I didn't get the new whatever her name is
Foxhound.
to do this game, to do this event. So I got family things going on, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm gonna have to give it a 0.
Okay, I'm just gonna give a few more shout outs. I see Matt in the side chat. Welcome, bro. I cannot pronounce that one, so I'm not even gonna try. Irvin Fowl? Am I saying that right? Andrew, welcome, bro. Who else? Madda as well, welcome. Right, next up on the list is Fruity, if you're there. He's muted. Okay, I'll move from
I'm
Fruit.
here.
Oh, it gets a score out of 10 for the last event, Fruit.
I give it a -10.
Ooh.
And Kickseye can kiss my ass.
Fucking hell, fair enough.
One kiss to each cheek.
Wow. Double kisser, huh?
Uh-huh.
Double kissing Thursday.
Okay, so that's a -10 there. Bo,
Yeah.
what's your score? 10. What's your score? 10. What's your score out of 10?
I'm gonna give it for a big person. I'm gonna say it was an 8 because it was easy. I mean, I was done the first day, but I am a corner, but I was done the first day. It's
30 coins.
but for on a mini or for someone that's on an account that just started, I'd say a -27.
Okay, they're all trying
Pretty
to outdo each other on the fucking minuses.
Yeah, actually, there's someone's got one better than that, which I'll say in a minute.
Right, and we're left
I'm
with.
done.
Are you finished there, Bo? Sorry, Bone. I thought you was
Yes,
finished.
sir.
Okay.
Oh, one thing, floating CC. Just gotta say it.
Right,
And you're a virgin.
Animal.
One. It's as it seems like as people was getting a certain unit to a certain level, they could just like fucking drop it and run whatever. I didn't do the event before, so I actually did coin. I bought that fucking unit just so I had it, so I wouldn't have to do the last event. Didn't touch it, and because of that, I didn't have any upgrade tokens. So this one, I could only take it to 10, which didn't help.
Yeah,
as a lot of people seem to find. It's just no matter what you do, there seems to be damage. And even though there was a few videos out there of people getting close to almost no damage, whatever, I can never do it like that. It's ridiculous the way they're aiming the game now, and they're just trying to force people to coin continually. There are people that can do it without having to coin whatever, but I'm not one of them, sadly. So if it keeps going this way, I will be giving up this game.
I didn't spend
I'm
a lot.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
Sick of it. I really am.
I think this is the problem. Kickside's got a bucket, and the bucket's got holes, and more holes are appearing every day, because the players that were playing have decided to leave. So the buckets, and they're coiners, so the bucket's getting less full every week, and they're trying to drive the people that are left to coin more to fill the gap that was left from the guys that are leaving the game, and that's the biggest problem. They've not got a plan to move forward and say, right, how can we bring new players into this game? Do we need to advertise a little bit on Facebook or even YouTube, and make sure they set? Go on, mate.
I'm surprised at how many people do seem to come back to it though. They come back saying, I've not played for 6 months, or I've not played for 3 years, 4 years, and it's like, all you can. I mean, if there had any sense, it's like, no, stop, walk away.
Yeah, but it becomes fresh again, doesn't it? That's the problem. It feels fresh, it feels new. You haven't touched the game for 6 months or even a year or even longer. You're revitalised.
How long does it take before they realise, oh no, I remember this shit?
It depends on how serious you take it.
Bring them back.
When you take it serious, if you take
the units don't last that long. This is the thing. They're pumping out so much shit.
That's why they don't stay. That's why they don't stay. But they trick them in, like City said. What was it, a week ago or 2 weeks ago? City said that new aircraft will bring people back because anybody can get bubbled now. Once that's nerfed, they'll all go back into hiding. It's like Suicide Squad comes back when they get the major hacks. They all come back to the game. And then as soon as the hacks are fixed or they're not working, where they go?
Yeah, all of a sudden they'll go on holiday or they've got to go back to school, and they start selling their accounts off, and then 6 months later, you see them all start reappearing again. But anyway, there's no point worrying about them. The game's more worrying. The way Kicks, as everyone's spoken about tonight, the direction of the game right now is just completely muddled up. I don't know if Kicks have got a plan. It feels like they haven't. They keep renaming things because it don't suit them, or someone's poked fun out of the name of the event and they've decided to change the name of the event, or they're changing the unit that's 5 years old because they don't want it to be used anymore, and things like that. And I kind of agree with them with the Proteus, but that should have been done fucking 5 years ago, not 5 years after the fact.
Hence why we call retaliation restriction.
It's not called retaliation.
Retardation.
It's called Strike Ops now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, my score for the event, in the middle of the road, I don't think it deserves any more than a 5. I've got to the point in the game now where I log on and I'm on for an hour, maybe 2 at most. I will run 2 sets of tunes, 3 sets of tunes into a base until they're dead, and then I'll log off, and then I won't log on until...
I prefer watching your videos when you start using the old units than actually playing the game myself. I can't do it like that because it's too much of a grind as it is. To actually pick the base apart with the older units like you do, which is quite entertaining to watch. But I wouldn't be able to do it over and over and over and over again.
It's impossible.
The amount of points, how many rounds did you have to do in this to get all the basic things? Someone told me it was something like 80.
80 playthroughs to get everything.
160
but guys,
bases.
It's also on us as well. These new units, how many do we actually really need, truthfully? A full tune, maybe a few more over a full tune? Maybe just a couple more so we can put some in our base defense or the last stand. Realistically, we don't need to get 22 of them. But because we're addicted...
18 would have been max.
No.
Which is what they say. If it's like you don't. Oh, I can't even say.
I got them all. I got them all. I got all the tech. I got everything I needed to get in that event. 98 million XP I had to get.
Not needing them and having them.
But it's Kickstarter not listening. They pretend they listen to the players, but they're not. And that's
they
the
listen, and then they twist it.
They want to.
Yeah, they list it. They listen,
about that
and they twist it, didn't they? They listen, and then they twist it, so it's not actually what people wanted.
We're going to move on for that, and we're going to get to Cobra reading out some of the scores on the side chat.
Coming in at number 1 with the biggest number yet is Amped, and he said negative 69 because Kixeye can eat his ass, let alone kiss his eye the cheek. They want to eat his ass. Electric Bear's coming in 4. Boring. Repeat of previous dirge. Cassius has said 6. Boring, but I do love how easy it is. Love being able to go back and forth with Ruby. Yeah, I get that. Thunder, 3 out of 10. Boring as usual. Plus the inconsistent damage on my Foxhound pissed me off to no end. Sometimes it was free and other times it was 10 minutes plus even if I put bombards in with it to boost it. Andrew says, I give it 8 out of 10. I got all my stuff, what I needed, and it was a good event. Furious Gamer, 4, due to how taxing it is with repairs. Paul M's coming in 7 out of 10. A bit of a slog as always, but got 95% of what I wanted. Matt, 1 out of 10. As usual, the grind is the grind, but yet again, the prizes suck. The Warrior is terrible, and the Bombarder isn't much better. Paul, or Testicles, as we know him, says 7, only because Ruby on 1 and 2, and enjoyed the weekend to man events, though. Yeah, good job, bro. Nutcracker, 5 out of 10, because I did both counts easy. I wasn't going to say that, but I did. And I believe we are up to... Oh, tell a lie. Armageddon's good evening to you, by the way, bro. 4 out of 10, only because if you had the Foxhound, you could Ruby the tactical bases. I was starting the base off, going away, then coming back late, the free repair, and running another base. The only other thing I found with the 2 base is the Foxhound got stuck in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, every now and then.
Unless you gave it another... Yeah, I got that several times.
Yeah.
I'm sure I said Andrew earlier on, but he said I'd give it 8 out of 10. It was a good event. I got all that he needed.
Right, okay.
And that, I believe, we're up to date, mate.
Right, we'll move on then.
Hang on. Hawks, tell them right, late one, 4. If you've not got the Foxhound, it's inexpensive. And Mr. King says 4 out of 10, Foxhound free. So he did it without the Foxhound.
But it was boring.
Now we're up to
date. It was mind-numbing. That's the problem. Anyway, we can't... It feels like sometimes...
The way you was all doing it with a Foxhound, I don't mind that, because it means I can watch something while I just go dump, and then it comes up, so then I drop it in.
I attack, I put the Foxhound in and leave.
Yeah, that's it. I could fucking, but it means I can watch something
you
else,
mean
I don't have to sit there.
You can go watch YouTube. Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, I could pick it up. Didn't have to pick it apart. You just drop it in and let it go. I'm to the point now. That's all I want to do in this game. Is I can't be bothered to. If it wasn't as many bases to get the things you need, if the XP was more and the amount you had to do was less, then I probably would get stuck into it and do it. But where there's so many, after you've done, you know what I mean, so many, you can't. It's mind melting. It really is monotonous, and it's just like they must be losing too many players. To like all they want in the game is all the coiners. That's it. They're weeding everyone out, leaving left, right, and centre. So there's a big bunch of coiners, they're all attacking each other, and then coining events to get the new
problem
units,
is the coiners
and then attack each other again.
The coiners won't be having fun when it is just them left in the game. That's the problem. When it is just the coiners fighting coiners.
It gets you by the fucking balls. It's like you don't want to give in. Someone hits you, you want to hit them back. Yeah. And you keep going and keep going and keep. It's addictive like gambling.
Yeah.
It's like you get fucking, you know what I mean? And this is what they're they're hoping for, kicks, right? The ones that don't like giving up, they'll just keep going and keep going.
Right.
Well, in actual fact, Kathy's just said something. How many of you are level 44 and below? It is easy for them. What I think she's saying is it isn't easy for them. But yeah, again,
is it easy for them? No, it's not easy for them. Yeah. Not if they're playing legit.
No, but the other thing is as well, is kicks aren't accommodating for lower levels as well. So, you know, there needs to be something put into the game to not just
the main mission used to be for the little guys.
Yeah.
You know, that used to,
not
and now they've
anymore.
took the XP away from that. It's now, what do?
All they've got to do is stop the bases being one-time attack, so then we can help the lower levels.
Well,
Yeah.
it is what it is, guys. I don't think we're going to change Kickside's fucking parameters at this point. They've got their goal. They know what they're trying to do. Their achievement is to obviously force the coin, and we're the suckers that keep buying it.
Yeah, they don't want people helping each other because they're no one coins, do they?
I do think it's a leaderless ship that's heading for disaster.
I think it's since Friendly Fixer made his big spiel, his big post, I think the game's just got worse. I don't mean by a little bit. I mean like 50, 60% worse than what it was before. Anyway, moving forward, guys, we can talk about this all night, but we're not here for just talking about that event. So I'm going to get on with the release notes. We've got the 15.09 release notes. Some of this I'm going to skip over because I've got other tabs open. So the following changes and fixes have been applied to Thursday, May the 8th at 10 a.m. PDT update. This was copied and pasted by Kickside Drake, so any spelling mistakes he just hasn't checked. We've got Strike Ops, formerly Retaliation. And they've, yeah, that don't quite make sense, but I can already see a mistake there. I won't read that because I've got a tab open for it. We've got the Shadow Ops, Speed of Light, Chapter 1. And again, I've got a tab open for that. I've also got a tab open for PvP season. I haven't got a tab open for the medal store, so I didn't know there was one. So the medal store, joining the medal store this month is the Orbiter for 400,000 medals and its tech for 450,000 medals. That's a pop. Jetstream tech. This is a fix by the looks of it. Not a fix, it's a nerf to the Proteus. Due to exploitation of the Jetstream tech, we have changed the functionality to add a flat +3 movement boost to units while within its aura. This should prevent players from using it to supercharge the speed of air units much higher than they were intended to go. This tech was intended to provide a boost for slower units, not to make faster units break physics.
They
guys.
have no clue what that unit was made for. They should have never fucked with it.
It's a 5-year-old. My argument is, if they'd done this when we was getting spammed with the scripts before the unis come out, not one person would have fucking bat an eyelid. Now we've got the unis and we've got a way to combat these script users with the Proteus and unis into the base at the same time. Everyone's having fun with it, or everyone that can use it has worked out how to use it, is having fun with it. They've slapped themselves in the face once again because they're going to make a big population of this game angry because of the timing of when they put this patch out.
When you sent in a whole platoon of Onis, what was the repair on it most of the time? Was it like a lot of gold, or was it just a little bit of gold?
3-4 gold. But then you do them one at a time and they're free.
Can I just add to what you've just said? Because Thunder's just made a very good point, and he said Kickside is full of shit. Apart from that, he said Proteus was made to counter the Screamer when it was a pain in the arse for both fast and slow units.
Exactly.
Now they make all new PvP air immune to Screamer. So it's crazy. And yeah, he's made a very good point there, and it's well presented.
I put a post on my Discord, I think it was Saturday afternoon, that Kickside have nerfed the Proteus. I was using it with the Orbiters, and if I got about an inch out of it, 2 inches out of its aura, the Orbiters dead back to as slow as they were before. I noticed a fix, but there wasn't a fix for using it with the jets. Anything that was faster than sort of 10, and you didn't really have control over.
So you were showing it. It's like they weren't going across the base. They was only going so far. Then just suddenly going like hitting the brakes, and it's like. That's to give them more damage. If they're getting across the base at supersonic speed, they're not getting hit.
Yeah,
so they've nerfed it to the point where they're going to get hit now.
If Kickside had done this 2 months ago before the unis, everyone would have been cheering. Now they're fixing it while we've got a unit where we can fight back. People are going to be pissed. Yeah,
but it's done it before.
Maybe too many of the hackers are quitting, eh?
Yeah. It feels like they're going after the legit players with this one, because this should have been done fucking months, 5 years ago.
And I also want to pick something up that EB or Electric Bear said, and he said, break physics in apostrophes. If this is a game, it's not real. That's a strange statement, and it is. Why would you say that?
Well, why would they call us exploiting the game for using it?
Well, they gave them a low speed, didn't they? They didn't do it like the Overunis. They made them 12 instead of 20 or 30 or whatever it was. So they wanted it going slower so they would get hit. As soon as you put it in with a Proteus, they're across the base like a fucking rocket again. So this is like, it's not doing what they wanted them to do. And like people are using it, bubbling bases, and they're enjoying the game again. They're fighting. And then a couple of gold, as you said, and then they're on the next one. They did exactly the same thing with the Legion. Now, I never used to coin repairs on units, but putting the I can't remember what the Legion in, and it was 1 gold to do the tech thing on it, wasn't it?
I remember that.
And there was loads of people that were actually doing that didn't normally coin. So what did they
put it
do?
up to 11?
They upped it, didn't they?
To 11
so
coins, wasn't it? It's Kickstarter 101. I'm sorry, this is just the way the company is. It's never looking for an actual fix for the problem. They're always finding a way where they can make it easier on themselves, and fixing the Proteus is the simplest way.
And Thunder's just come up with another answer. But it's also a funny coincidence that they did this after City showed a way to use Raptors and Proteus to do the event.
I kind of feel a bit guilty for that. I was hoping no one would fucking point that out.
But the thing is, yeah, you're the culprit. You're the one.
It could well be because of the video with them, but I would be more hoping that Kickstarter did it because of the scripts, not because they want to destroy everyone else's fucking fun in the game.
I think you're right. We were actually having fun with the Onis.
Yo, Mac.
I mean, I never used the Proteus, to be fair. I just threw them in as normal anyway. But you know what? The Onis are good at the moment. They're a good bit of fun, but they're going to be ruined.
A shame. It's just a shame that I think I said...
I'm ready to hang it up.
This is still going to be the game. We'll move on. We'll find something else to help us. But...
Yeah, we will. Because this is just bullcrap, what they've done to the Proteus. They have no clue what that Proteus was brought in for. It was brought in to speed the units up and shoot them across the base. That's what we did with it.
They would have fixed it.
It does both, doesn't it? It slowed down tanks and it sped up air. That was the original thing with it, yeah. They always build these units and don't seem to realise like what they're going to do. The same as the Growler. With the was it the Growler with the fucking 2 little things that come out and went for power supplies? So the players invented a better way of using it by bringing it back again. So it was now like a.
You do know there was an easier fix than nerfing this unit. They could have introduced a new tech for the Screamer, supersonic fucking slowdown.
Yeah.
Reduced the damage of all air by 50%, and that would have made it this just as quick as normal air. The Proteus didn't need to be touched. And then make sure they don't put a thing out that makes all the air.
They could just made it so it didn't affect the Onis, didn't they? They've got the controls where they can put so many different like little individual amounts on each unit. They could have made it so that the unit didn't go any faster than 12, whether the Proteus is in there or not. Max speed, boom, done. End of it.
Yeah, that could have been part of the description. Proteus does not affect the Unis.
Yeah.
Simple,
they just put a limit on overall,
that aren't affected by the Proteus. Why couldn't it?
Yeah.
Why did they have to go in and change the Proteus? We've used the Proteus.
You do know I'm not mad about this. I really ain't that mad about it. I get that some people are mad, but
well, you should be.
I'm looking further down the road. I'm looking to when
for both of us. It's okay.
Yeah, but I'm looking for. I'm not just looking.
They do everything.
Hang on.
It's always back to front.
Hang on, bro. I'm looking further down the road. I'm not looking for the Unis. The Unis are only going to be last for another month, 2 months, maybe 3. After that, if we get a new air like the Orions, we're going to be back to square one, where the scripters are going to rule the roost again. That's what I'm looking at further down the road. But you guys have given better options than what Kickstarter has done with nerfing the fucking Proteus or the Jet Stream Tech.
Yeah. Well, and also, and Electric Bear's just said another thing that I was kind of in the back of my mind. What's the warrior? What's its point for? I mean, how can you throw a tomahawk at a fucking tank I mean, doesn't it remind you a bit
I
of?
will. I did want. I did what I wanted to. Yeah, we'll start discussing that now.
Right.
Hang on. Let me get through this page and we'll discuss it because I'll be on the right.
Yeah, we'll get
notes.
back to that.
Right. So moving on. Anyone else want to say anything about the Proteus?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
I did.
Right. Bug fixes. So we got general fixes and improvement. Warrior was allowed in base defense when it should not have been. I didn't even know that. That was probably a better use for it, to be fair. The daily deals pop-up should now only show when initially logging into the game. Bullshit. I'm still getting that fucking pop-up every fucking 5 minutes. One time. That's the only time they need to show me the daily deals once. When the very first time I log into it. No more, no less.
The other thing, talking of pop-ups, how is it that when you just start the event, do you suddenly start getting these pop-ups and they keep repeat? And then
we had it on
they pop up.
We had it on the live show, didn't we?
Yeah.
It wouldn't go away. I can't remember who was screen sharing.
Twice in a row. It was me.
It wasn't just when you went in and out of your base. It was when you were starting a taxi.
Yeah, but that's your problem. Yeah. It's not a Kickside problem.
Yeah,
that's
too many people logging in. It broke it.
Internet.
Yeah. Working as intended.
Toxic game.
Yeah.
Your computer's shit and your internet's too slow.
And by the way, because you're slagging off Kickstarter now, you're now banned from Discord.
Yeah, okay. I'm banned. I'm giving.
Yeah.
So we got May 2025 Strike Ops, originally called Retaliation. I don't know why they keep changing name on things. They changed the name of the. What was that thing in the bases? What was that called? You know the.
Oh, holdout.
No, the thing, you had the little pop-up you could tick in a base. Oh, come on.
You had the little events you're talking about?
When you get a base, you've got a little thing, top of the middle screen.
Yeah, it was at the top, wasn't it? It gave you boosts like for the units.
Yeah, what was that originally called? Base weakness, and then they changed the name to something bonus.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're changing the name of this to Strike Ops. Because they want us to forget how bad Retaliation is and make us. They think we're stupid and think this is going to be anything different.
Oh Lord!
What?
It's because we called it the restriction.
Yeah, they didn't like the name calling the way we changed it. Fucking babies at Kickstarter.
Well, we'll come up with another one by the end of the week. So.
Oh yeah, you will.
But I like Strike because we can go on strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
there
featuring the Warrior Elite parts, Specular Omega parts, excuse me, Warrior Upgrade Logistics, Warrior Build Logistics, Lightweight Frame, Armoured Carapace, and Winged Command. I'm not sure even if I'm saying that right. Winged Commander tech for the R1 Mantis. Spec Op Bombards. Carapace. Yeah, Carapace. Spec Op for the Bombards. Bombard Upgrade Logistics. Right. Go. You want to talk about the Warrior, guys?
Yeah, it's shit.
What?
Why would you have something throwing a tomahawk at a tank and expect it to do any damage?
Well, one of the other units did this, wasn't it? It had a thing, rocket that shot upwards. It had bullets that shot infantry, but then if you clicked on a building, it ran up and hit it with a fucking hammer, didn't it?
No, it laid C4.
Yeah, Romero.
C4. Was it Romero? Someone said Romero in the chat.
He looked like he was having a shit.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, I'm gonna take a little bit of a film critic here, in as much as the craze where he walks into the pub and he gets really embarrassed because they brought a fucking, like, as he calls it, a rolling pin to a gunfight. I mean, come on, Kicks, what are you thinking of?
Well, it's funny.
A tomahawk against a tank. It's
funny how Kickstarter can go back and fix a unit that's 5 years old, but they can't go and say we might have missed the mark slightly with this new unit, the Warrior. We're going to have a look into it and see if we can like make it make sense, sort of thing, and make it actually do something.
I come here for a fucking shootout.
Fucking embarrassing,
isn't it? Fucking upgrade it, right, to elite when it's shit at level 1.
Yeah, but what else have we got? What else we got in our armory to upgrade at the minute? Everything, every unit that's come out is in the fucking tech center over the last 6 months.
I mean, the academy.
They also need to stop taking shit from other games.
Yeah,
That's
they've always thieved off other
Because that
films.
corporeous armor is from Warhammer.
Yeah, because they can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm.
They get new scripters in, because this is like you're going on about the Proteus and the other units. They get scripters in who don't realise what's
Hang
gone
on.
before, so they change the.
Can we
the
change
rules
it
and
from
regulations
scripters?
on
Can
the
we
game.
change that from scripters to coders or designers?
Oh, coders. Sorry.
Yeah, because when you say scripters, it sounds like you're talking about cheaters.
Yeah, no, proper coders. Coders that are meant to know how to code. Don't look at the history of the game and the history of the units, and just put their own 10 pence on, and it all goes to pot.
Yeah, it's a shame that. Now, they could have made it so it had explosive tomahawks. That would have made more sense than fucking axes.
Yeah.
The 300
Serious
range is a
splash
joke.
damage.
The 300 range is a joke. It's pointless with that range.
Yeah.
the suicide unit, basically.
Yeah. It's throw it, and that's what they want, because they wanted to use that and spend the money. 10 coin it was from Dead, 4 hours. Or 10 coins.
Well,
Warrior
And
with a
it's not-
sticky bomb.
It's not a unit that you could actually use as a shield either.
I kind of worked. I worked it as out, so you could kind of use it as a shield, but it was when you can only use it when the units that are shooting at you miss the target, and that's what that last event did. The units missed the target. They didn't. If you was moving, they wouldn't hit you. That's only good for that event. As soon as Kickstarter move over to an event where the units actually hit the target, you're fucked. It's Kickstarter. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense to me. Fucking cowboys and Indians. Anything else you guys want to add? Because everyone
The
went quiet on
Cowboys
me.
and Aliens.
just want to say hello to Empty Planet and DC 8FD. Good evening to you guys.
Well,
Thanks
guys.
for coming.
Right. So I've read through that part. This starts tomorrow, May the 9th at 10 a.m. PDT. Ends May 12th at 10 a.m. PDT. That's tomorrow at 1800 hours GMT. Should be live for that, guys, if you want to come along. Store closes at May 13th at 10 a.m. PDT. Mission description. Thanks to the great feedback from the players, you can now use use 2 unique units at a time in a place in Strike Ops. It sounds horrible to fucking say it. Strike Ops doesn't sound like it's anything. It's worse than Retaliation.
Maybe they couldn't think of another name for Shadow Ops, maybe.
It doesn't roll off the tongue right. It feels awkward to say. Anyway, this will help make a more engaging strategies and better synergy options. Synergy. Why have they got to use that fucking word? Synergy. They stopped using that in your industry about 5 years ago, Kickstarter. Move with the times. Synergy.
Hang on. We've got a new name. Thunder's found it. It's called Shit Ops.
Yeah, Shit Ops.
There you go. Problem solved. Thank you, Thunder. That works.
Taking a Shit Ops.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. We will make fun at you, Kickstarter, no matter what. So you keep changing names of things. The Warrior is the latest in a long line of infantry uniques that are just dudes. What? Dudes that outclass tanks. These men have no business being this strong. Yet here we are. The Warrior is as close to a murderer hobo as War Commander is going to get.
What? The cleric killed half the warrior's health.
Hang on, you guys can't see, can you? I do apologise there.
Right. In that Tactical 2 base, there was over 20 of them clerics or vindicators. The warrior didn't stand a chance
you could dodge the shots though if you was quick enough. But yeah, you're right. It took forever to kill one.
Yeah.
Indian Albert.
A murderous hobo.
I don't think that's probably the right words to use. To be fair.
Well, it's based after Drake. I think he's a fucking hobo. Guys, I don't know what to say about that. Where did they get that from?
Well, the thing that does me is that they're doing us a favour by giving us 2 uniques now.
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't they allow us to use 4? one in each of the.
No. How do you know they're doing us a favour? What would you think the bases ain't going to be ramped up in difficulty?
Well, that's exactly what I was just about to say. The bases are going to be even frigging harder now, so we have to use 2 uniques that is going to give us 8 hours repair on both.
Exactly. So whatever we do, we ask for, they're gonna give in, but they're gonna fuck us in one way or another.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people just quitting playing the events. They got cheesed off with the last couple of events, and if they get cheesed off with the next one, they're just gonna quit playing it, aren't they? Quit doing them.
Basically, we play these events. What my biggest worry with this unique unit event thing is Kickstarter's going to change the dynamics of the uniques. The uniques are all powerful. They're supposed to be very, very strong units, and their use was across the board. So you could use them in main event. You could use them in, obviously, this event that they're doing now, but they was also effective in PvP. My worry is they're going to take that away from us now and make it so this event is only for these units. Maybe it might cross over into the main events.
Is that why they fixed the Proteus? So we can't use that with something else in the restriction event. Oh, Strike Ops event.
Strike Ops now, commonly known as.
Shit Ops.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Shit Ops, commanders will face off against the True Believers targets with your unique units. Bases must be defeated in number order, and after beating all 3 bases, an optional bonus base is unlocked that awards a huge amount of XP. Use the event XP to purchase prizes in the Shit Ops store.
Can I just have a quick shout out to Bloodbuster, Cahill, Kilted Warrior, Tyrone, and Georgie? Good evening to you guys. Thank you for coming.
Welcome, guys. George is also a goat. Thanks, bro. But where was I? All unique units will be deployed through the new unique unit HUD, and only 2 uniques can be deployed at any time. At a time, sorry. So make your decisions wisely. Event structure. Fucking look at the little XP that is. Mission 1 is 2,000 XP. Mission 2 is 6,000 XP. Mission 3 is 8,000 XP plus a unique repair logistic. No, that was wrong. Wasn't it? We got the faction repair logistics, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
And they didn't put the Equinox ones in that. So have they changed that as well?
Well,
we'll find out tomorrow. But we never got no Equinox repair logistics in the last 2 restrictions. The bonus base is 20,000 XP. So you basically, to get anywhere in this event, you really do need to do the bonus base because of that 20,000 payout.
So you get 36,000 if you do the whole track.
Yeah. Are you doing the maths for this, Will, or have you done it?
I've done it.
Okay, I will call on you very shortly then, mate. Packs reset will be available after defeating Mission 1. Mission 1 target. You can reset. You can reset and get 2,000 XP each time if you really want to. Where was I?
Their depot chest.
Repair depot chests. Repair depot chests will be awarded after defeating the repair depot targets on the world map and will include a random award of either thorium medals, repair logistic for the Meteor Storm, repair logistic for the R1 Mantis, repair logistic for the Specular and the Warrior. I do a couple of these. It's about 50-50. Actually, they've changed it. Will include random thorium. Oh, they've changed it. It only used to be thorium or repair logistics, so now it's thorium, medals, and repair logistics. I went before when it was just thorium and repair logistics. It was about 50-50. So every other base I was getting a repair logistic, and they are kind of long-winded. Right, event store. New items, redemption, and XP costs. So Warrior is 12-hour upgrade logistic. That's a bit better than 4 hours, is it not? And you can buy that 8 times and they're 25,000 each. That's better than what we got for their fucking Meteor Storm. 4-hour ones. Well done, Kickstarter. Maybe they did listen a little bit. Warrior 12-hour build logistic times 5 is 25,000. It looks like you can pretty much build it.
I think that's a typo. I think that should be 8, but I could be wrong.
Well, how many days was it? I think it was only 5 days to build. 4 days,
Was it?
4 days something to build. 4 days or 300 and something coin, I think it was. Warrior part, you
Okay.
can buy it all 8. So if you missed the Shadow Ops and you missed the part last event, you can purchase that this event. They're 13,500 a pop. Elite Warrior parts, 40 parts you need for that, and they're 5,500 a pop. Omega Specular, I want to call it Spatula so bad. Part 80 times, and they're 3,000 a go. Lightweight frame for the R1 Mantis is a tech, I think, yeah. One time buy 72,000. Armored Carapace, R1 Mantis is one time buying 72,000. Wing Commander, R1 Mantis, one time buy 72,000 again. Bombard's college prototype, 4 times 36,000. These are the special ops. Bombard's college standard special ops is a 4-time buy, 45,000. Bombard's college elite is 4 times buy, 54,000. This is where you want to aim for normally in this event to be able to get through this event a bit quicker. Is this 54,000 off the bat? Bombard 48-hour upgrade logistic. You can buy them 4 times, and they're 18,000 a pop. It doesn't look like we're getting the Mantis upgrade logistics. Oh, this is new to the store, isn't it? Event? No, this is the event store.
Yeah, this is the event store, so that'll probably be next event.
No, it's normally.
Because we're still waiting for the spatula tech as well.
Yeah, but the Mantis, we got 8 times 4 upgrade logistics for the Mantis in this event. I'm thinking this is just the new stuff in the event. I think we're not seeing all of the event because there's obviously a Kixeye adding all the uniques to this event, or all the old ones, I mean. Yeah, I don't know because I don't see them. But Use It or Lose It will be 24 hours long. I will be getting to you very shortly, Will. Please be sure to redeem your prizes by 10 a.m. PDT on Thursday, May the 13th. And now Will has got the information on how far how many XPs you got to do to get this event cleared and all the stuff in it. Go for it, Will.
Right. Technically, we should already have the Warrior, so I'm not doing the build logistics. There's no point getting the Bombard prototype or the Bombard standard tech either. Shadow
Special Ops.
Ops. Yeah, spec Ops. There's no point getting it. So what we need is 1 million, basically 100,000 XP, which breaks down at basically 31 rounds. So that's base 1, 2, 3, and the bonus 31 times. And you will get the elite parts. 40 elite parts, you will get 80 Omega spatula parts, you will get the free tech for the Mantis, and you will get the 4 elite spec ops and the 4 upgrade 48 hours. And with any luck, the elite spec ops is the one to go for.
Touch wood. Thank you for that, Will. This will be.
Just confirm that Tuesday, not Thursday. It says, please redeem your prizes by 10 a.m. BD on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say Thursday?
You did.
Apologies, guys. I'm stuck on that main event time zone.
Yeah, I figured that. That's why I was trying to bring it back into line with Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, not Thursday. My apologies. This is the R1 Mantis tech. Lightweight frame is effects 1.5 times movement speed, 1.5 times turn speed, slot threads, functionality, mobility. You know the XP cost. Armored carapace. Effects reduces damage from air by 40%, slot plating, function defense, 72,000 XP. Wing Commander effects enables hitting a high altitude, causes turbulence in splash radius, reduces damage to ground units by half. Slot ordnance, functionality, utility. Why are they giving us these texts that Hit high altitude. What are we hitting that's high altitude in a PvE base?
Nothing.
Very little, isn't there? So the only thing I can think is for the Pegasus.
It have to be. That's the only high altitude unit we have in our base.
Yeah, that we're being able to attack. We can't put
But that's
both
not
of
high
them.
altitude, though, is it?
Both the Meteor Storm and this unit have got high altitude or air tech, and there is nothing. There is nothing that's high altitude. It makes no sense.
Malachi, but who attacks with the
You
Malachi
don't put it in your
nowadays?
base.
Yeah, Manticore.
The only thing I can think of, what about aces? But they're not high altitude,
Yeah,
are
but
they?
when have we seen them
Oh,
in a
yeah, there you
base?
go.
How long ago did we
No,
see a
I've-
base with them in it?
I've seen a few of late with a few aces in.
Yeah, lately they have been putting them in there.
And they don't do no damage. They're just little gnats.
No. Yeah, it's more of a distraction, isn't it? I
Yeah.
think.
There you go. That's what it
The
is.
Manticore would be better because of the smoke cloud, but because of the damage reductions that they keep on doing.
Their health isn't any good.
The only thing I can see that's good there is it also reduces damage to ground units by half. So having this tech attached will also reduce the damage on your ground units surrounding it by half damage.
Then
There's
it
some
could
Yeah,
new
am I
air
reading that
coming,
right?
Maybe. Yeah.
It could be for the Manticores then. I mean, but nobody puts them in their base.
Yeah, but you can't put this in your base. The Mantis you can't put in your base.
Okay.
You can't get the reduction in damage to something that you can't. You know, the only way you're going to get damage to reduction is using it against a PvE or you're hitting, not a defending. If you know what I mean.
Is this once you enable it? If you put that tech on it, normally anything that you enable hitting high alt means it can't hit ground anymore, does
No, but what I'm saying is it reduces damage taken to ground units by half, which is a massive reduction.
Does that mean if you put this on it, does it mean the Mantis can't hit anything on the ground anymore?
No, but it shouldn't be able to hit ground units.
Thunder says no. I think it means it's reducing its damage to ground units by 50%, i.e., trash.
Right, so that hits. It hits. Right, gotcha. I've not leveled this Mantis up, and I'm actually quite happy that I haven't.
Mine's only 2, I think, or 3. I haven't even messed with it
because I'm not that impressed with it from what I've seen there. So it does still hit ground, yeah. I think who is it? WC Thunder.
Yeah.
I think he's correct, and I've read it wrong. That it hits high altitude and it still hits ground.
Ground units.
Yeah.
By 50%.
Okay, that cleared that up. Right, Bombard's collective prototype spec op. Go on, Animal.
Well, I was just going to say one of the techs on the both the Firefox, whatever it was called, and the bombers did exactly the same thing. It made it so you lost half of its damage, like that it could do, if you enabled the tech. I'm trying to think. I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, we've got an update as well.
Yeah, seen that.
I've got it. I've got it. Yeah, I'm going to read it out now. They've nerfed the fucking Unis. A late bug fix for the release. The Uni Mark III's area of effect was broken in a few ways. The AOE was instantly killing some things without actually dealing damage, and wasn't doing damage to other things at all. It's now been fixed, so it does the correct amount of damage to all things. To me, that sounds like a nerf. Does anyone else agree?
Well, it's working as intended, they'd like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's their way of telling us, no, you ain't going to have them no more. Fuck you.
They took the Proteus off us. They might as well have left the Proteus as it is, because if they fucked the Unis...
Yeah, why change the Proteus? You're going to change the Unis.
Because they don't want us using the Proteus in the new event. I forgot what it's called already. They don't want us using it in that. That's why they
dear.
Proteus,
Fucking Kickstarter. Hopefully this isn't the
This
nerf, guys.
company is just running our game right in the ground. And that's exactly what they're doing. You know, if this is your intentions, then just unplug it. Be done. Because you know what? This is ridiculous what you're doing to our game. It's terrible. You're running people off left and right. You don't listen to the players. You don't give a shit about what we have to say and people that has been in this game for 15 years almost. You know, come on. Either get off your ass and fucking make it right or unplug the bitch. That's
And
all
more
you
to
got
the
to
point
do.
is, yeah, and the only thing I'd like to add to that is all the people that have heavily invested, you best give them their money back.
Exactly.
Well, no, you just go to
Some
your
of
credit
us have
card.
been paying for years in this game.
If you really want to quit that badly and you are done, go to your credit card company. Right, Bombard's, where was I? Bombard's college prototype spec ops effects. Oh, it's one bombard for the first one. The duration is an hour. The second one is deploys 2 level 5 bombards. Duration 1 hour. I think it doubles when you do the. Is it 50,000 thorium? You can extend it.
Yeah.
To 2 hours. Bombard's elite.
Yeah.
This is the one where you want to be even. Deploys 3 level 10 bombards, duration 1 hour, 54,000 XP. That's where you want to be for your first playthrough to see if these work. If these help you in the event, you're going to have a better time than just using uniques.
Yeah, like the moon skaters.
Yeah. Right. Shadow Ops, Speed of Light Chapter 1. This is a brand new unit and people are raving about it, how it looks. I've seen a little bit. We've got the Shadow Ops. Speed of Light Chapter 1 featuring parts for the Metatron. I'm saying that right, aren't I? Metatron. Metatron.
Metatron.
Metatron.
Yeah.
Tech for the Bombard. See, I forget that this is still in the Shadow Ops, the Bombard tech. You don't need to grind out that much, even the XP for the event. Is all the tech in the Shadow Ops or just the free?
Yeah, all of it. All the gold tech
Oh,
is
so
probably in there.
fucking hell, I should have left some of the techs. I could have probably got half.
I got enough.
Yeah, I could probably got half the amount of XP that I needed, to be fair.
Well, I just bought enough tech to do the ones that I built, and then I said I'll get the rest of the Shadow Ops because I got to do the Shadow Ops 8 times.
Yeah.
So
Vincent and a few others have just picked up, same as what I was going to say. Have they misspelt Metatron instead of Megatron?
No, I think that
they're not.
I think it's on them lines. I think they've abbreviated it or tried to. It's just Transformer-ish looking thing. It looks something like that. Anyway, so phase 1 starts tomorrow.
Someone else's idea.
Yeah, pretty much. Tomorrow's the first phase. Again, 1800 hours GMT or 10 a.m. PDT US time. Ends on May 16th at 10 a.m. PDT. I think that's the first phase. Yeah, the phases. I'm not going to read all them out. Everyone knows Shadow Ops starts Friday, ends for the following Thursday or Friday. And then you get a new part. That's 1800 hours GMT. Hang on, let me zoom out so we can have a look at this. So that is the Metatron.
Vincent Gambini Esquire in the YouTube is Mikey, our Mikey.
Yeah, old Mikey, fucking hell, Vincent Gambini.
You know what? Got Womble.
Comes up with some of the weirdest names.
This reminds me something. It reminds me of a computer game, and I'm trying to think what it is. I played the original one.
Yeah, it's not not Defender.
No.
Destiny.
Destiny. The little robot that flies by your side.
Yeah.
You 100% nailed it, Will. Destiny. That's what it looks like to me. The little robot that gives you hints and tips as you're going through the game.
Yep.
This one's going to say, I'd quit if I were you. The game's shit.
Have we got any information on this? Because I didn't look.
No, it's like a toy carp.
Yes, there is information.
Yeah.
So if you, we're on the YouTube at the moment, so we can't see. But if you scroll down, it does give you some information about it, I think.
Description: called upon when needed most. I can't pronounce this right, guys, and this is how I'm going to pronounce it forever. The Metatron is seen as the guiding light of the machine god, capable of inspiring and shielding troops from harm. in battle while also condemning foes for the Sentinels. The Metatron paves the way forward through the blood and light. Earn the Metatron. Am I pronouncing it, Cobra?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Metatron.
Yes.
By winning 7 parts for the next 6 weeks of Shadow Ops, with two
Crystal
parts
Palace
being
player.
available in the first phase, and the final piece being available in July main event.
I'll bet you by tomorrow evening that sounds even longer when you say that after a few beers.
Yeah.
So basically,
Megatron.
we're getting one unique almost every month. just over a month. Tomorrow we get
I'm
it.
sure he's number 9 at Crystal Palace.
I got the perfect name for it.
And
the meatball.
right, we get it. We get the first part or first 2 parts on the 9th, and by the 5th, we've got the unit in our hand to upgrade.
No,
July, isn't it?
because you've got to get the last part in the main event.
Yeah, which is July.
Yeah.
July the 3rd. It's about 2 months.
Like this last one.
It used to be 12 weeks.
Used to be a month long. Yeah.
No, Shadow Ops used to take us 12 weeks to get all the parts. They've reduced it.
It was eight weeks, 1 a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it weren't. It was longer. Because you couldn't get the part in the main event week. So you'd miss...
Oh, good point. Yeah.
It worked out to be 12 weeks. And now they've reduced it down to about 2 months.
Yeah, and then you've now got to earn it with XP in the main event.
Well, Metatron, by the way, is one of the most powerful archangels.
Yeah.
Did he look like that? Is there a picture of it?
I think it's going to be like the caretaker.
I think it's meatball. That's what it's going to be called.
It looks like a lampshade.
It looks like the thing out of Destiny. Will's 100% right. It's out of Destiny.
Looks like a lampshade to me.
Moving forward. Mission description. Using the technology recovered from True Believers' spies, the Sentinels have found what they believe to be a vessel that would allow one of them to commune with the machine god. Little did they know it does so much more. I've already read that out. The Bombard tech, we know what that is. Do I need to read that out? I don't even think they give you the Bombard description. Event structure, attack Shadow Ops to earn points. 8,000 points must be earned to complete the initial playthrough. Blah, blah, blah. We should know what all that is. And everyone should know what the Bombard tech is.
Yeah.
And then PvP season. Did Kixeye say they was changing this? Because I haven't looked. Are we getting an update to the PvP system?
No, to be honest.
No one knows. Okay, PvP season 51 overview. So PvP season 51 overview. Out like a lion. Get stocked up on medals. No, it's all the same. Get stocked up on medals, blood thorium, upgrade those legendary units and tech. Starts May 8th after the downtime. Ends July the 2nd at 10 a.m. PDT. Someone was going to talk.
So completely obsolete getting blood thorium because it no longer has any value.
No,
so what's the point of doing it?
Because they flooded the system and they don't like the fact that they flooded the system with it.
Yeah.
And it's another thing that they can give you every other week as well as a pretend prize.
Yeah.
If they'd done the commendations for the heroes, like they was doing, then it'd be worth doing. But they've stopped the commendations as well.
And made sure the gear store was stocked up with unique units to spend the blood for him. Not unique, legendary units. By the time they get the legendaries in the gear store, them legendaries are no longer of any value.
Yeah.
So they're a waste of blood for him. Right. And it ends July 2nd at 10 a.m. PDT. But they've shortened that down to 2 months and all, haven't they? May, June, July, yeah. Under 2 months. Infamy drip, all the same, guys. Earn infamy between attacks. A percentage of players' infamy is dripped back to them. Only when they're unbubbled and their base is active. The more infamy a player has, the more that will drip back. Alliance PvP. I'm going to skim this because there's no change. Where's this big update for PvP? There is none, is there?
No. PvP hasn't changed.
At least
Just
the last 2 years I know of.
Just shortened. It's only 2 months now.
Yeah,
or a
instead
little
of
under 2
three months, it's 2.
instead of 3. That's the only thing they changed on it.
Oh, I'm sure they'll put another event in between that now, surely.
Oh, shh.
I just think it's
Don't
sad.
give them no
Oh,
damn bright ideas.
Fucking hell, I'm going to go and thrash myself out.
I think we've got a warpath coming up this month. Is it this month?
Should be.
I think it's at the end of the month.
Hang on, I'll just get the calendar up on the.
You know,
The breach.
I wish they would stop all these events personally because there's just too many of them, and I've got a lot of time I got to spend with my sister because of her situation. So it kills my game time here lately. But remember when we first started the game, how they had the little events that popped up in your base? If you wanted to, you could do the event.
Yep.
Yeah.
They need to go back. If they want so many events, throw little pop-up events in there.
Don't give them more ideas because they keep the 4 events and then fucking give us pop-up events as well.
Possibly.
Yeah, Warpath is on the 16th of May.
Thought it was coming up.
Right, I think we're done, guys. Unless anyone wants to add anything else.
Not about the game, I don't know.
Right, okay.
Floating CCs.
I'll run through the
Oh, yeah.
full hats.
Floating CC.
Animal.
Yeah.
Chat hats, please, bud.
What's that, mate?
Chat hats.
Oh, yeah. That'll do.
Bone.
Y'all have a great day. Be nice to people. Ignore the idiots and just have fun. Smash, smash, smash.
Lodi.
Oh, Ghosty, salute. I'll see you later. Keep your powder dry.
Rainy Bone.
Yeah, let's just hope this event is not gonna be too grindy because I'm working right through it. Yeah, have fun.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Smash.
Thank you, City. You guys, let Kickstarter know what you feel about this shit. This is crazy. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but we're gonna have a show again tonight. Smashing Company. Make sure you join us. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight UK. You ain't got nothing to do. Come in and have a laugh with us. Everybody, good luck in the event and come watch City waste his stuff tomorrow, not yours. Take care.
Thank you, Smash. And midnight UK time. Was it 7 a.m., 7 p.m. your time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Will?
All right, thanks for coming along. Hopefully we've given you some clear light in that dark tunnel of the world of Kixeye. If not, come along tomorrow and see us fumble through and see what we can do. All right, take care. God bless.
Thank you, mate. And Cobra?
Yeah, firstly, just before I say anything else, I would like to firstly address 2 things. One, happy VE Day. It's 80 years that we've sort of since been in peace, and I wish the rest of the world could do so. Unfortunately, we can't do that. But for those that are celebrating VE Day, happy VE Day. Secondly, just while we're together and there's a good number of people together, can you just put your hands together for Lone Wolf and his family? They're just going through some troubles at the moment, and they could do with that extra sort of prayer or fingers crossed scenario. So if you could just put them in your thoughts for the next few weeks, and we'll keep you up with the progress. But other than that, thanks goes out to City and the panel for obviously trying to bring the update notes, etc., for everything. And without you guys in YouTube, we're not necessarily the show that we are, because, with your input, it does make a bit of a difference. And hopefully if Kicks are watching, they can see that the general population, as in our community, aren't happy with what they're seeing. We are live tomorrow, 1800 GMT, so be there, be square. And as Smash said, Steady's going to lose his shit rather than us for a change, allegedly. And apparently he's going to sing, from what I've heard.
No.
Other than that, I'm doing a very short one tonight. I'm just going to do a nutcracker. Bye.
Right, guys, thanks for coming along as always. Appreciate you. We will be live again tomorrow, as everyone said, 1800 hours GMT. Smash is live again tonight if you're up, or in Europe, UK, Europe. It'll be 1 a.m. your time or 12 midnight UK time. Hopefully you go and join her. Other than that, stay safe and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you later.